8 footballers who forced the game rule changes. Right now, football's rulebook looks pretty solid. VAR checking offsides, keepers can't waste time with backpasses, captains doing all the talking to the refs. But none of that existed before these 8 players absolutely broke the game. Some exposed loopholes so ridiculous that FIFA had no choice but to rewrite the laws. Others caused so much chaos that the entire sport had to evolve just to keep up. The question is, which rule change hits different? Let's get into it. Emiliano Martinez. At number 8, Emiliano Martinez, the Aston Villa goalkeeper whose mind games at the 2022 World Cup forced FIFA to crack down on penalty antics. Qatar 2022. Argentina versus France in the final. The match goes to penalties and Martinez turns into a psychological warfare expert. He's talking to French players before they shoot, throwing the ball away to disrupt their rhythm, dancing on his line, doing everything possible to get in their heads. Kingsley Coman steps up. Martinez delays, talks, moves around. He saves it. Tchouaméni is next. Same routine. He misses. Argentina win the World Cup and Martinez is a national hero. But FIFA noticed what happened. The gamesmanship was effective but pushed boundaries. After the tournament, they tightened rules on goalkeeper behavior during penalties. Now keepers face stricter enforcement on staying on their line, less tolerance for time wasting, and clearer guidelines for unsporting conduct. Martinez didn't invent penalty mind games, but his World Cup final performance was so blatant and so successful that FIFA had to act. Every time you see a goalkeeper get warned for stepping off their line now, that's pretty much because of what Martinez did in Qatar. Number 7. Rivaldo. Coming in at number 7, Rivaldo, the Brazilian magician who took simulation to another level and absolutely embarrassed himself and the sport. World Cup 2002, Brazil versus Turkey. Late in the game, a Turkish player, Hakan Ünsal, kicked the ball toward Rivaldo standing by the corner flag. The ball hit him in his leg, just his leg, but Rivaldo went down clutching his face like he'd been shot, rolling around like he'd been knocked out cold. The referee bought it and sent off the Turkish player. The replay showed the ball never went anywhere near his face. Rivaldo got fined 11,000 Swiss francs, but the damage was done. This was one of the most blatant dives in World Cup history, broadcast to millions. After the tournament, FIFA started cracking down hard on simulation, making it a bookable offense and taking it way more seriously. Rivaldo's embarrassing dive became the poster child for why football needed to clean up play acting. Every yellow card given for diving today traces back to moments like that. Number 6. Bruno Fernandes. Sliding into number 6, Bruno Fernandes, the Manchester United captain whose constant moaning forced referees to draw a line in the sand. Bruno's brilliant on the ball, no question, but whenever a decision goes against United, he is the first one sprinting toward the ref, arms flailing, demanding explanations. And half the squad would swarm the official like it was a team meeting. This became a pattern across football. Every little foul had players mobbing referees, slowing the game down. The breaking point came during the 2023-24 season when IFAB introduced a stricter rule. Only the team captain can approach the referee to discuss decisions. Anyone else gets booked. This was aimed directly at the behavior Bruno had normalized. The rule rolled out across major leagues and suddenly players had to think twice. Bruno didn't cause this alone, but he became the face of it. His constant agitation made authorities realize that they'd lost control of player behavior. Now, every time you see a captain having a calm word with the ref while everyone else stays back, that's because players like Bruno pushed it too far. Number 5. Frank Lampard. At number 5, Frank Lampard, the Chelsea legend whose ghost goal forced the game into the 21st century. World Cup 2010, England versus Germany. England were 2-1 down and desperate. Lampard hit an absolute rocket that smashed the crossbar and bounced clearly over the line before spinning back out. Everyone saw it. The replay showed it, but the referee didn't give it. Germany won 4-1. England were out. robbed by a decision that shouldn't have been missed. After that embarrassment, FIFA couldn't hide anymore. They had been resisting goal line technology for years, but this was too much. By 2012, FIFA approved goal line technology, introduced at the 2014 World Cup. The Premier League adopted it in 2013. Now, every major league uses it, and we get instant confirmation whether the ball crossed the line. Lampard never got his World Cup goal, but he gave football one of the most important technological advances. Every time you see goal flash up on the screen within seconds, that is Lampard's legacy. If you're still here breaking down the rule changes with us, you're officially part of the Nerd Club. Do me a favor, hit like, subscribe to Goal 90, and let's push this video out to more football addicts. Let's continue. Number 3. Thierry Henry. Cracking the bronze spot at number 3, Thierry Henry. The Arsenal legend whose handball caused so much outrage that it accelerated VAR's introduction. November 2009 World Cup playoff, France vs Ireland. The tie was level heading into extra time. Henry received a free kick inside the box, controlled it with his hand not once but twice before squaring it to William Gallas, who scored. Goal given. France were going to the World Cup. Ireland were going home. The replays were damning. Henry admitted it afterwards, saying yes, there was a hand, but the damage was done. Ireland were eliminated because of cheating. The Irish FA demanded a replay. Politicians got involved. FIFA refused to overturn the result, but this incident became one of the key examples used to push for VAR technology. People were asking, how can a decision this important be missed in a World Cup qualifier? By 2016, FIFA approved VAR trials, and by 2018, VAR was fully implemented. Henry's handball didn't single-handedly create VAR, but it became one of the most cited moments in the argument for why football needed video technology. Every time VAR overturns a clear mistake, that's partly because of what Henry did in Paris that night. Number 2. Peter Schmeichel. At number 2, Peter Schmeichel, the Danish legend who exposed the loophole in the backpass rule and forced another amendment. Before 1992, goalkeepers could pick up a backpass and hold it forever. It killed games. So FIFA introduced the backpass rule. Goalkeepers can no longer pick up a deliberate pass from a teammate's foot. Simple, right? Not for Schmeichel. At Euro 2000, he figured out a new way to waste time. He'd receive a back pass, control it with his feet, dribble around his box, then roll it to a defender who pass it straight back. Rinse and repeat. Technically legal, but infuriating to watch. Other teams started copying it. FIFA saw what was happening and introduced another amendment. Goalkeepers cannot handle the ball again from a teammate until another player has touched it. Schmeichel didn't break the back pass rule, he just proved it wasn't enough. His cleverness forced lawmakers to close the loophole. Every time you see a keeper unable to waste time playing 1-2s with defenders, that's because of Schmeichel's tactical genius. Number 1. Jean-Marc Bosman. And finally, at number 1, Jean-Marc Bosman, the Belgian footballer who changed football forever by taking UEFA and FIFA to court and winning. 1990, Bosman was playing for RFC Liège in Belgium. His contract expired and he wanted to move to Dunkirk, but Liège demanded a transfer fee, even though Bosman was out of contract. Under the rules then, clubs still owned a player's registration after contracts ended. Bosman couldn't go anywhere. He was trapped and his career was falling apart. So he took his case to the European Court of Justice, arguing the system violated EU laws of freedom of movement. The case dragged on for 5 years. By the time the court ruled in Bosman's favor in December 1995, his career was essentially over. But he won. The Bosman ruling established 2 massive principles. Players can move for free when their contract expires, and EU clubs can't restrict the number of EU players in their squad. Before Bosman, clubs had total control. After Bosman, players have power. This ruling is why we see free transfers every summer, why players can run down contracts, why agents have leverage. Bosman sacrificed his career to fight a broken system. Every time a player moves on a free transfer, that's because of Jean-Marc Bosman. He wasn't the best player on this list, but he had had the biggest impact on the game. That's why he is number 1. So those are the 8 footballers who forced rule changes that shaped the game that we watched today. Which rule change do you think had the biggest impact? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to Goal 90. Turn on notifications so that you never miss our content. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.